Welcome, welcome everybody to Winning Women Live, where most Wednesdays I interview a winning woman right here in the $100,000 Minute Group. And today I am so excited and pleased to present to you the amazing, fantabulous c.René Washington. And
I'm so excited.
woman, I'm excited too. As a winning woman, c.René Washington is a master certified life coach, author, woohoo, speaker, and midlife maven. She's the creator and founding partner of Career Triage HQ, a company that provides coaching services to women who need career and life pivots when things have gone off the rails. She is known around the world for proclaiming, living, and coaching women to adopt her favorite mantra, let that shit go. You can visit her online at careertriagehq.com or catch her podcast, Midlife Woman Redefined, which is available on Apple, Spotify, and there's one more where it's available. Where is that?
Stitcher.
Stitcher. You're going to find out, just like I know, that c.René is rich in wisdom and she is a hell of fun. So hello, c.René.
Hello, Keisha. I'm so excited to be with you. Yes, we are partners in life and friendship, and I'm just excited to be here with you.
Absolutely. And people are saying, Marakita saying hello, Jerry saying hello. Facebook user, I'm sorry I can't see who you are, saying yay. They're all here. The gang is here. And if you're catching this live, say hello. Tell us where you're coming in from. If you're catching this on the replay, let us know. Tag us, say hello, and that you caught the replay. c.René, as a master certified life coach, author, speaker, midlife maven, creator, and founding partner of Career Triage HQ. I have
wow.
Right? Would your 25-year-old self recognize the woman that you are right now? And whoever's saying, Keisha, you can't see me. Nope, I can't see you. So please tell me who you are.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, I always like to flip that question.
Yes.
Just because, 25, I can't do anything about the 25-year-old girl. I have always wanted to keep getting older and older because I always thought life could keep getting better and better. So now when I think about that question, I always fast forward to 99. Like, what do I want 99-year-old René to say? And I want her to say, baby, you left nothing on the table.
Hey!
Girl, you lived your life. Because I can do something about that. So yes, that you live life full tilt. Maya has a quote about, I want to experience every good thing. Yes. I want to experience every good thing. And that's my guiding mission.
Yes. You know, that spontaneous, hey, you are speaking my soul. You are. That's why I get so excited when I'm in your energy, c.René, because my soul's language is to leave nothing secret or secret.
I love that.
Poured out. Well, live your life poured out. Hey, Veroni, I can see you now. Yes. All right, so let's get started, although I'm already excited. c.René, what is a midlife maven, in case anyone is wondering?
Yeah, so a maven is basically just an expert in whatever the thing is. And purpose to be an expert in living midlife. And midlife is a state of mind because, people will say, well, am I old enough to be midlife? From a chronological perspective, it's really half of your life, right? And we don't know what that's going to be. So I just kind of say, at 80, you could be in midlife. At 70, 40, 50, whatever it is, it's a state of mind. It just means that you have reached a stage of life where your experience, your lived experience, your wisdom, all these things are coming together, your aspirations. And now you are at a stage of life where you have the freedom and flexibility to prioritize your dreams, because as we know, women typically are taking care of others. And so you have reached a stage of life where you have some autonomy to say, okay, what about me? it's my time,
I
and so, yeah, I just love that. Yeah.
yeah, I am in that. I've been that in that state for a while now, and this week it's really come together for me that yeah, it's time to really start prioritizing my life.
Yeah, and you are so amazing, Keisha. I just have to say, because Keisha, yes, you do so much for so many others. I mean, your children, the women that you work with, and so you are a prime example to me of someone who, yes, is yes, still taking care of other people, but you are doing your thing too, and that's what
Yeah.
being a midlife maven is about.
Thank you so much. I received that, and I thank you for that because it is confirmation for what's happening this week in this household. Oh, everybody's going to snatch themselves and get
Yeah.
themselves together.
All right now.
I'm coming out. When did you realize that it was time for you to start prioritizing yourself?
So probably, well, I know that it was right after my mom died. It really cemented it. It started around the age of 45 for me. I was unhappy with my career and the marriage I was in at the time, and I and this is the thing, a lot of times women feel like we have to be given external permission and validation
Yeah.
to honor ourselves. So, my marriage, I don't have any like saga story about some horrible marriage.
Right.
I was married to a good person. It was a good marriage for most of the 21 years we were together until it wasn't.
Right.
And my career was the same. I had a long, successful career that was very good, helped me build a wonderful life, and it was good until it wasn't. And the short version of that, of both of those experiences, was, and we continue to evolve, grow, and change. And at certain stages of life, we have to reassess. And what I learned was when I was moving into those middle years, that I had suppressed a lot of things and had not addressed a lot of things. And when you hit those hormonal years, what has been suppressed must be addressed, and it starts bubbling up, and you can't ignore it. And I found it was to my detriment to ignore it. I ended up in the hospital, having had a mini stroke. And so I ended up making some big major life changes that took place over a several year period.
Yeah.
And when my mom made her transition totally unexpectedly, I started looking at time really differently. And, instead of, looking I look at time now as arbitrary, because we don't know. We really don't know who's going to live, how long, and, what's going to happen. And people that you would expect to die, they don't. They're still here, and people that you would expect to live forever, they leave.
Yeah.
We saw what happened with Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
And so that really just reminded me of, we don't have time to waste. We do not have time to waste. And so if you are in a state of unhappiness, and we tend to externalize and look outside, this person or that thing is making me unhappy. No, look in the mirror. What can I do? What's my agency in this? And that's what I started. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
Yes.
I had to make some decisions. And so yeah, I ended up getting I was divorced before my mom died, but I left my job almost a year to the day that my mother died, a little over a year after that. I left and I left 3 years before I could officially retire. And so that's another thing. We have these people telling us, these institutions telling us what we can or can't do. Is that really true? Is that really true?
No. You can give yourself permission to
yes,
let that go.
Yes. Yes. And I just realized, I said, were probably 100 people who would be willing and happy in my job. I had changed. It wasn't about the company had changed or this or that. I had changed, and I needed to address the change that was occurring within me. And everything was telling me it's time for a new chapter. It's time for a new chapter.
It's time for a new chapter. I love how you said that. There are probably 100 people who would have been very happy in the position I was in, but you had changed. Is that what you mean by let that shit go?
Yes. Yes. Let that obligated living shit go. And when I say that, yes, there are things that we are obligated to do. Yes, there are things that but the difference in feeling dragged by your obligations and choosing those obligations, that we have a choice. So whatever I do, I have the agency of choice. Choices aren't always easy. A lot of choices are damn hard. My understanding, though, that I always get to choose is where my power lies.
Absolutely.
And that's where your power lies. That, that I choose to do this. Nobody's making me do it. I choose to do it.
Absolutely. In my practice, I call that I decide.
Yes. Yes.
And it's a very different energy than the obligatory. I can't say the word. The obligation.
Yes.
Up the hill. Oh, well, I guess this is my lot in life. Very different energy when you choose. You just.
Yes. Yeah. Because that forced obligation is resentment, frustration, confusion. But if I choose to do something that's really doesn't light up my life, I know why. I know my bigger why.
Absolutely.
I know. Yeah. And so that's the key.
Yeah. And that forced obligation too, when you hold on too long, is not really living.
It's not. It's just existing. Yeah. And it's self-imposed imprisonment. Because I say to clients, I'm like, you're not in prison. You're not, and we are afraid to make decisions. And that's a decision is a decision. It's not a life sentence. It's a decision.
Go ahead. It's a decision. You
can course correct. You can change. You can walk away.
Yes. And how do you guide your clients through the fear of walking away?
So the biggest thing that I have found that is my guiding light is to be connected to your who am I.
Yes.
Once you are locked into who you really are, not who you've been told to be, not who you think you should be, but who you truly are in all the complexity of that is what then directs me to knowing what I really want and what I don't.
Yeah.
And that's what I, help my clients to see, is that once you forgive yourself for all your crap, and let me just tell y'all, Keisha is so good at helping you do that. Keisha is a queen. Help you let your shit go, coach.
This isn't about me, though.
I know, but I have to throw. Me. I got to throw that in there.
I do. Thank you.
That's why we are because we do that. That's what we do.
Yeah. Well, you too. When we were on tour together, and I was listening to you walk people through this who am I exercise. I was like, oh, come on now. Come through.
Yeah.
It went so deep and went down so many levels of who we are, as opposed to the adopted story, the adopted.
Oh my gosh.
Narrative.
Yeah. And particularly women, because we are the nurturers, the caretakers, tenders, befrienders. And so we live our who am I in titles and roles. I'm a mom. I'm an employee. I am a community volunteer. So when I ask women, who are you without role or title? It brings some women to tears because they can't answer the question.
For me was the first time I heard you on stage talking about that. The biggest one for me that came up was, I'm a good girl. Well, first of all, I'm a woman. Some of my life choices, people would be like, you're what?
Yeah.
But that was That was the role that I was like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna sell. And that was kind of dictating everything
Yes,
I did and keeping me really small. Didn't give me any
exactly.
room to be a mess and to be
Yes.
simultaneous.
Exactly. Yes. I'm too loud. I'm this, I'm that. No, take up space. Take
Yeah.
up your space and be okay with that. And so yes, so many women are just confused and conflicted around that question
Yes.
because we don't think that we get to be who we are because it's selfish to do that.
Yeah.
If I focus on me, then I'm going to be leaving all these people I care about behind. So not true. And I have been coaching people and particularly women for many, many years. And there's one woman I could name. No, this kid. I have yet to meet the woman who, whatever, whatever she lands on from a passion and desire perspective, I have yet to meet the woman who it only impacts her. We bring our people with us. The thing that we land on to do, whether it's starting a business or whether it's creating a foundation or whatever the thing is, we bring in people with us. But now we are able to do it from a fueled place of passion, desire, joy, love, happiness, excitement. That is so much more sustainable than thinking, oh, well, if I don't do it, who will? That kind of energy is.
And I know you're speaking the truth because just the energy that you're bringing on this live stream, you're bringing us with you. We are picking up what you're dropping down and we're like eager for it. Thank you so much for that, for stepping into your passion because it is a game changer. Can you tell us a little bit about Career Triage HQ and the services Career Triage provides?
Yeah. So for several years, I was a coach in my corporate career, and then I transitioned out of that into setting up a coaching business where I was coaching women in midlife transition, and had some good success with that. It was kind of up and down, and something was just kind of off. And I am a huge believer in body compass and following your internal nudges, and also in course correcting. Again, just because you decide to do something doesn't mean you have to do it forever. And I started realizing, and when I was connecting more to my who am I, that collaboration is huge for me. As I love traveling with you and our self-love tour sisters. And so yes, I love working with amazing women. And so I decided that I had kind of run from my corporate career because like never again. But it just came around to me that, because another thing I believe is that nothing is wasted. And I reached out to two of the women that I worked with who are, also they are brilliant women and amazing friends, Gwen Hall and Tanya Allen, to start Career Triage because all of us had coached people and had personal experience with, your career not turning out to be exactly what you want it to be. And so we knew that we have a lot of experience and brilliance in being able to coach women through that. And so we created that company, and it is to help people who are mid-career, successful, but something's kind of gotten off track, and we help you connect to that. And we do it by going in. A lot of times career coaching is about, okay, let me look at your resume. Well, no, we take the internal lens so that you can see that you have personal agency in your career. So we bring in that who am I coaching. You're focusing on your strengths, focusing on you seeing yourself as a personal brand, and we walk you through how to get yourself back on track, or maybe decide that it is time for a new chapter for you. So.
Yeah, and I've never had the pleasure of meeting Gwen, but I know you and I know Tanya. And not only were you, in corporate America, you were bigwigs in corporate America. We were like, let's not downplay this. In corporate America. So when you go deep, you go deep, and you're not only from wisdom, but also from personal experiential knowledge.
Absolutely. So and so for me, that's been fun. I took something that I thought was just like but I found a way to do it in a way that we all find enjoyable. And so, yes, so yeah, we're enjoying that.
Awesome. So, big news, you wrote a book.
I wrote a book. Yes.
Tell us about the book. I'm
Yes.
kudos to you, major kudos, because I personally believe that actually sitting down and writing a book is one of the most challenging things that anyone can ever do.
Yes. And you know, that challenge typically connects to, I'm not good enough. Who wants to hear me? Why would anybody care about what I have to say? Yeah. And so, yes. And so when you want to do something, find the way. Because we put all the like, oh, I have to figure it all out. And I'm a huge believer in being highly self-aware and knowing where your strengths are and where your opportunities are, and get the help you need. And so I know that for a lot of things, I need accountability. And so I, joined. Yeah. So I joined a writing group, two authors, writing coaches lead the Tiny Book course, and they are amazing, and they helped all of us get that book out of us. And what I really loved about it was that a book seems so overwhelming, right? And you think that it has to be some massive, 3,000 page tome or something like that, and they're just like, no. A book can be anything. That's why it's called the Tiny Book course. So they focus in on create a book that, it could be 40 to 70 pages.
Yeah.
It could be personalized. One woman was writing a book of letters to her children. She said, no, maybe nobody would see it but them. Or maybe you want to write a book in support of your business, or maybe, because then it's like, is it going to be a bestseller? It's not, it doesn't have to be about any of that. It's about, you have a voice, you have a message. And if you only write it for yourself, it is worthy. It's a worthwhile experience to engage in and to get that message out. And if, like they say, if only one other person is helped, that's one person. Because the power of one is huge. You don't know what that one person can do.
It's huge. I just felt that in my heart, like, ooh, yes, absolutely. Tell us a little bit about your book.
Yeah, so the book is Take the Trip, 4 journeys every midlife woman needs to live in purpose and freedom. And those are my guiding values, living in purpose and freedom. So in the work that I do, I want women to connect to their personalized brand of freedom. What looks like freedom for you, and how can you live that? And so I take you through journeys of how to love yourself, how to trust yourself. And so, and as we go through the journeys, I'm sharing some personal stories from my life, and then taking you through some exercises to walk yourself into living at a higher level. So it was daunting. As I told you, I attempted it last year and aborted the process. And so I came back to it again this year and was determined. And so don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your dream.
That is so powerful. You started, you put it down, but you didn't give up on yourself. That will preach. That's amazing.
Yeah. And and one thing I've learned from COVID, which learned is not quite the right. I'm not one to really put off a lot of things that I want to do. However, COVID has really cemented for me that don't put off. The whole world can literally shut down some opportunities for things, right? And so, but there's a rainbow in everything. And in this time of not being able to move and go and do as much as we could in the way that we were accustomed to, what can you do? What can you? This is a great time to write a book if that's been on your list.
It's a great time to do so many things. 2020 has been for me and also my clients. We talk about this a lot. The supernatural reboot. Like all of a sudden, all of our
Absolutely.
dreams, hopes, and
I
aspirations
love that.
have come manifest, which is amazing, and it feels amazing too, in the midst of what appears to be chaotic calamity around us.
I know. And you talk about letting shit go.
Yeah.
We've had to let a lot of shit go. And what you need to remember is when things do open up again, don't let shit back in.
Ooh, that's powerful.
Don't let shit back in, because those people that you felt obligated to be connected to and be, or these things that you felt obligated to do that now you have the COVID excuse not to do them, don't bring that back in. Pay attention to what you are relieved to have let go.
Absolutely.
That's very important.
Yeah, 2020 has been, they were saying, oh, 2020 is the year of clarity. Well, it sure is. It sure is. And it's about getting really, really clear on what's important for you and what work for you. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Stephanie Treasure High. Stephanie saying the power of one is huge. I love this. Congratulations on your book, c.René. Marakita saying this is a powerful way of listening to yourself. Stephanie says great energy on this live stream from both of us, and powerful questions, c.René. Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what are some of the biggest obstacles that you've found in women, or even in yourself, when it comes to letting that shit go and taking the trip of purpose?
Yes. Fear. The title "Taking the Trip" actually came from an experience of being two things. I took a solo trip to Lisbon, Portugal last year. That was something I had been wanting to do for a long time, was to go to Europe by myself or go out of the country by myself.
Yeah.
And I when I did that, and having had that experience, I was like, wow, why did I wait so long to do this? Fear. News, media, all these things are just geared up to keep us in a state of fear. That's how they make their money, right? Is keeping us in a state of fear. And so we take all that in, we seeps into us, and it blocks us from doing a lot of things. And then the other experience was being in my favorite eyewear shop, and there was a woman in there who was trying on different pairs of glasses. She had a black pair, she had a red pair, and I saw her when she put the red pair on, and I was like, "Ooh, get those." I didn't know this woman. I just like, those look fabulous. She's like, really? I think my friends might talk about me. They might, I said, oh yeah, they're going to talk about you, about how good you look. And I said, why would you not get those? They look so. She said, well, you're right. And she said, there have been some things that I have been wanting to start doing again. I used to be a person who was more adventurous, and I would travel, and so I've been wanting to get back to that. Now, she told me that all about a comment over a pair of glasses. So we think things are small, but these little things have bigger meanings and messages for us. And I said, that's why you should get those red glasses. Yeah. Because that's messaging. Yeah, that's a signal to you that, yes, it's time for me to open up my life again. And this woman was probably in her early 60s, probably. And so, and so that just stayed with me. Take the trip. Yeah, you can take a
And it was I'm sorry, it was no small coincidence that she put on those red glasses, because it was her divine timing. Because you're making the comment, you're a disruptor, you're disrupting the status quo. So that was a divine appointment for the two of you.
And so those stories just stayed with me, and I was like, how many personal, these internal journeys that we just don't allow ourselves to take because of what we might uncover. We keep trying to squash down our desires and those nudgings, and we need to follow our nudges, because they are going to expand our lives in ways that we can't even fully comprehend. And this is a wonderful thing. It opens us up to so much more. And the thing that we get to do is we get to that thing about being selfish, is that we actually end up impacting more people in a more positive way. So it's expanding, it's expansive.
Absolutely. Now, you just said we need to start following our nudges. I know that people watching right now are feeling that nudge to get your book. How can we order this book?
Yes. So it's right now, it's available for pre-order on Amazon.com. It's on Amazon.com. I'm trying to get it into independent bookstores too, because I do love supporting independent bookstores.
Yeah.
But right now it's available on Amazon.com. And so, yes, you can pre-order it now. It releases on September 22nd, and that's when it will ship to you. And so I'm so excited. I've got this goal of, I was born in 1959. So my goal is to sell 1,959 copies by 9/22. So yes.
And so
bye.
I know I already ordered my pre-order, and I cannot wait to have my cup of coffee and spend some time and energy opening up and flipping through the pages.
Yes.
Take the trip.
Yes. And I'm glad you said a cup of coffee, because it is a tiny book, and that's I really want women to, the people listening to this, to know that this is a book that you really could have a good cup of coffee and read it in less than an hour. Now, there's work that would take you longer to do, but the book itself is it's not. So again, if you want to write, I just would strongly encourage you to, yes, get that message out of you.
Yeah, because I know you, I know it's going to be a great read, and I also know it's going to be multifaceted and layered, and I'll be able to read this book over several cups of coffee again, and uncover something else that's going to connect me to my purpose and my soul.
You're right. This is true.
I know. Where can people follow you and find you? Where do you hang out on social media?
Mostly on Facebook. I'm trying to learn this Instagram thing. I mean, so I'm on I'm on Facebook most of the time. Yeah, I do have an Instagram page under c.René Coach. René is one E.
Yep.
On Facebook, it's c.René Washington. And I'm also on LinkedIn.
Yes. Awesome. And I am following you in all three of those places. How are you currently working with clients? Is it all through Career Triage HQ?
I still take individual clients through my business, c.René Coach. And what's funny about that, Keisha, I had kind of just sunsetted that to focus on Career Triage.
Right.
And then these women started reaching out to me.
Of course.
So I was like, okay, I guess I'm not done. So so I still work with women individually too.
Yeah. And now, how would a woman know that she's perfect to work with you?
Oh, I work with women who, are feeling those nudges and really want to connect to their who am I and what I want. And these are women who are not needy, whiny, clingy, like, these are women who are be about it, and I'm going to do what I need to do. I just need some direction. I am not a hand holder. Yeah. I'm going to hold up the mirror for you to see yourself so you can be yourself. Yes.
I know. I still have my little picture of my little girl, and every morning I tell her, we're going to have a great day today. Compliments of you holding up that mirror for me. Thank you for that. That has been a game-changing exercise for me. Thank you so much. So we talked about the purchase of the book. We talked about where we can find you. You are taking one-to-one clients as well. Please connect with c.René. Your life will never be the same in the most positive ways ever that you possibly can't even imagine right now. And it's all good. Is there anything you'd like to add for the listeners today, c.René?
Yeah, I just really can't say enough. This putting off thing, if not now, when, it's just so, it's never been more true. If not now, when. You can start making the changes you want in your life right now. Ordering my book is one way. But whatever that thing is that you've put on a shelf, in a drawer, under your bed, whatever, pull it out and look at it and address it and look at yourself and believe that you can be and do whatever you want to be and do.
So powerful. So, so powerful. c.René, thank you so much. I'm going to make sure that I drop all of the links that you just mentioned in the description box above. Just give me a few minutes and I will do that. Please reach out and follow c.René Washington. Marikita is saying, make the change now. Go ahead and pre-order her book. It releases on the 22nd of September and it will be shipped to you. You will not be sorry. We need more c.René in our lives. Of this, I'm confident. This, I am confident. And I want to thank everybody for watching, whether live or on the replay, for joining in with Winning Women Live, where most Wednesdays I come on live with a winning woman right here from the group. We do have some spots available in October and November. If you would like to be interviewed on Winning Women Live, we want to hear more about you and what you're offering and what you're bringing to the table. So until next time, I'm Keisha Dixon with c.René Washington, and this has been Winning Women Live. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Bye, c.René. Thank you.